Yes, people, welcome back to Arsenal with Ash, here to preview our next big Premier League game away to Brentford. It's going to be a tough game. Brentford are high flying, they're looking at European spots. Um, they've won two big away games recently at Newcastle and at Villa. They did, however, lose their last home game, which I believe was not to Nottingham Forest. But yeah, they've surprised everyone this season. They lost so many big players and and coaching staff, sorry, in the summer. Obviously, losing Thomas Frank and some of his coaching staff to Spurs. Um, Obviously losing Mbuemo, losing Wissa, losing Norgard to us. I think Flecken even left as well. So they had some big changes in the summer, but Keith Andrews has come in and done a really good job. I said it before the home game. This is a tough game. They were going to make it so difficult for us. They made it difficult for us at the Emirates, and at their place, it's going to be even tougher. Um, I think we're the last of the big six to go there, and they've only lost once, and that was a 1-0 defeat to City, a narrow defeat. They've beaten United, they've beaten Liverpool, drawn with Spurs, drawn with Chelsea. So this is a tough challenge, and we're most likely going to go into this game only 3 points clear at the top of the league because City played Fulham the day before, and we expect them to win that game. So it's going to be a tough game, but if we can get through this, yeah, we've then play Wolves midweek, um, after obviously the FA Cup weekend, and we're going to be the only team playing that week because obviously it's a rearranged game from the league. I think City's game would have been Palace, but because Palace play Conference League, they can't have that game then. So we've got an opportunity to go 9 points clear. Um, whether that's with a game in hand or not, it doesn't matter. 9 points is still a considerable gap. So yeah, obviously Brentford away first. It's like I said, it's gonna be a tough game. They're gonna set up well. I reckon they'll set up in a low block and look at the transitions. The likes of Thiago, Ouattara, um, will be looking to counter on us. And Thiago, he's already broken the record for most goals by a Brazilian player in one Premier League season. He's flying. He's only 3 goals off of the top goal scoring charts. Yes, he scored a lot of penalties, but he's putting them away. And he is a threat. He can play. He can play. He's actually a little bit similar to Ivan Toney, funnily enough. So yeah, we've got to make sure we're marking him quite tightly. I think Gabriel and Saliba will obviously relish that physical battle, but as long as we're closing the spaces for him so he can't knock them balls around the corner, etc. Ouattara, we need to watch out for his movement. Luckily, Kevin Schade won't be available for them. He's suspended. Reece Nelson as well, who's ineligible. And then if they've got a couple of other injuries, Fabio Carvalho, etc. But yeah, this is going to be a tough game, and we're going to have to call on. We're probably going to have to call on our bench to come on and see what we can do coming off of there. Um, Luckily for us, we are a massive threat in all areas of the game. So we can defend low, we can defend in the mid block, we can press high. So I think we're going to have to be patient. It's another game where we're going to have to be patient, um, and sustain attacks and really put pressure on them, push them back into their box, and see what we can do. They're another team that can cause threats from set pieces, though. They've got Coyote, who's got probably the longest throw in the league, mental throw. So we're going to have to be wary of conceding throw-ins in high up in well, deep in our half, and obviously corners and set piece. All of that sort of stuff is going to be a big impact in this game. So yeah, we've got to make sure we're doing our defensive duties well. But then get on the ball, be creative, take risks, make things happen. Go and run at your man. That's what I'm looking at to see what we're going to go out there and do, and what the 11's going to be as well will be interesting because we've got a couple of injuries, couple of doubts. I know Arteta has said that both Trossard, Martin, and Bukayo, all of them are doubts, but could also be in the team. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, whoever's out on that pitch, they're going to have to go out there and make things happen. So yeah, let's get into the predicted lineup. I'm going to go with David Raya, obviously, in goal to continue. I think he's, in terms of clean sheets, he's got 13, I believe, and the next highest is 9 or 10 or something. He is absolutely flying towards that Golden Glove again. So hopefully he can go out and get that. Another clean sheet would be massive. At right back, I'd go with Jurriën Timber with a view to the weekend playing Ben White, and maybe Ben White in that and Wolves game. So Timber at right back. Centre back, I'd go with Saliba and Gabriel, of course. And at left back, I can see why you would put Hincapié in for his defensive duties against a Ouattara, whether Ouattara is on that side or not. I don't know, but I personally would go with Calafiori just get him in there again for his dynamism and his unpredictability. I know he didn't have his best of games against Sunderland, but I'd give him another chance. So yeah, I'd go Calafiori. Centre midfield, Zubamendi, Rice. I'd go with the 4-4-2 kind of formation again. So I'd have Zubamendi and Rice at the base, Havertz just behind, and I'd play Gyökeres. I think them two they're forming some sort of partnership there, and I think Gyökeres with his temperament and his work ethic and his runs in behind, it will open up a lot of space for the likes of Kai Havertz and even Deck to get in there. And the next person who I'm about to mention, if Trossard is not playing, is Eze. I'd put Eze out on that left-hand side rather than Martinelli because I think we're going to have a lot of the ball, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of spaces in behind them for Martinelli to run into. So I'd have Eze in there for his creativity to go out there and open the locks and make things happen. So yeah, I'd have him drifting in off the left with Gyökeres stretching the pitch, Noni Madueke high and wide stretching the pitch as well. That would allow Eze to have some license to come inside and link up with the likes of Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, Zubamendi to make things happen. But we're going to need a lot of those rotations. So like the Zubamendi going high, Deck dropping low, Havertz dropping in maybe and picking up the ball on the half turn. We're going to need a lot of that because it's going to be a difficult nut to crack, Brentford, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on us in this game, I believe. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we approach it, but that's the team I would go with. And then we'll have the options off the bench of the likes of Jesus, Martinelli, who else? Miles Lewis, Skelly, even. Hopefully a Saka, hopefully Odegaard, hopefully a Trossard. That would be helpful as well. So yeah, let's see what happens. My prediction is I'm going to go with a 2-0 Arsenal win. I'm going to go with another clean sheet. We've got 2 in our last 2 league games. A couple of goals to make the difference. I'm going to go with Gyökeres to get a goal again. And I'm going to go with Eze to go out there and get a goal. So yeah, 2-0 to the Arsenal. That's my prediction. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's go and get that dub. Take care.